A'udhu billahi minash shaitani rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. An important thing to note is that the clause warattil is grammatically conjoined to qumil layl. In other words, Allah is especially telling us how to exactly recite the tahajjud prayer. There are many portions in the ritual prayer like ruku and sujood, but there are specific portions in which it is required to recite the Quran like Surah Fatiha and a portion just before ruku. The specific instructions given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to recite the portion of the Quran slowly in a measured tone during Tarawih defeats its purpose when the Imam either recites very quickly that his speech becomes incoherent to the listener, or when the people get frustrated when the Imam reads very slowly as they want the session done and over with. Hurrying through the recitation of the Quran during Tarawih and not reading it slowly, in my opinion, actually goes against the teachings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His Rasool sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The first evidence to suggest this comes from Surah Muzzammil itself, in which Allah instructs us to read the Quran in the night prayer, Qiyaam. It is quite interesting to note that when this surah was revealed, there was a tiny portion of the entire Quran that was revealed. So, the purpose behind recitation of the Quran back then was to continuously repeat the revealed Quran at the time. Continuous repetition is what allows the essence to sink in. To hammer the repetition of the Quran is the only way to open up a dead or confused heart, or a heart which has many veils of heedlessness placed upon it. The idea of Tarteel is to do slowly, little by little, with full measure, concentration, deliberation, etc. It is like the holes in a stone which are formed by constant touch of water, and one day the stone finally breaks. Similar is the condition of the heart, full of diseases. So, the message was very clear back then. It was quality over quantity. And in Ayat number 20 of Surah Muzzammil, Allah clearly tells us that we should only recite as much of the Quran as we can during the Tarawih. In an authentic tradition, Hazrat Aisha has reported, he, the Prophet, used to recite the chapter slowly, so much so that it would be longer than chapters that were actually longer than it. So there is no set rule to finish just for the sake of finishing. Finish the Quran in Ramzan we should, but with Tarteel, which means extra time and a better understanding of the meaning of the Quran. This Ramzan, let us reflect on the urgency with which we try and finish our Tarawih prayers. For me, it is so strange to note that by being on a mission to conclude the entire Quran in 27 nights, mostly only in Ramzan, has become such a fad that most of us do not even go back to the recitation of the Quran until the following Ramadan. Also, we do not realize that Laylatul Qadr, the night of power, may just happen to fall on the 29th night of Ramzan, but we are already done with Tarawih by then. Also, the significance of the night of Eid cannot be taken for granted. But since we are all done with Tarawih then, we celebrate Chand Raat, the night before Eid, with festivities and expenditure that take us away from the very reason the practice of this sunnah was established. If you have liked this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and do share it with your loved ones. The link is in the feed below. Wishing you all a very blessed Ramzan, and may the light of Al-Muzzammil shine upon you and your loved ones, bringing Barakah and peace. Aameen.